morning, mathematicians, or good afternoon. I guess I don't know what time of day it is for you. It's morning for me. We are going to be looking at lessons 4-3 and 4-5 today. And really both of those are going to be a review, dividing with one-digit divisors and asking, is my answer reasonable? First, I want you to think, why do I care if your answer is reasonable? How do you figure out if your answer is reasonable? Go ahead and pause your video. Think that through. Okay, welcome back. I'm hoping you said that you will use estimation to figure out if your answer is reasonable. And the reason why is you want to know if you've got the right answer. Sometimes you want to think, is it reasonable? Do I have the right answer? Sometimes you might just be using estimation to get close. Say if you're doing some math and you don't have a pencil and a paper, you want to know if your estimation is close to the actual answer. All right. So the first thing we're going to look at is we are going to use compatible numbers to estimate the quotient, which is the answer of 162 divided by 3. Your estimate should be close to the real answer. Go ahead and pause your video and set up your math problem. Okay, there you go. No, hopefully that's not what you wrote down. If that's what you wrote down, you should probably go back to the beginning of this video and listen again. I bet you spaced out. This is my actual answer, and what I'm looking for is using compatible numbers to estimate. Remember, compatible numbers are those friendly numbers that are easy to gather. So here I've got my base facts are going to be close to 3 times something equals, I'm going to be thinking 3 times a number mystery equals something close to 16. It's not going to equal exactly 16. I can think 3 times 3 equals 9. I can probably get closer. 3 times 4 equals 12. I bet I can get closer. 3 times 5 equals 15. Ooh, 15's really close to 16. And 3 times 6 is 18. And so this is my closest base problem. Using that knowledge, I can set up my 3 goes into, instead of 162, I'm going to say, here's 15, my base problem, 150. Then I can pretty easily see that. I can put a 5 down here. 5 times 3 is 15. Subtract, bring down, 0. I could probably even do that in my head. So my estimate would be that 3 going into 162 or 162 divided by 3 is close to 50. That would be a reasonable estimate. All right, mathematicians, now we're going to think through this story problem. When I was in 5th grade, our class did a penny drive, and it raised $112, which is quite a lot when you consider it's a penny drive. We voted on different charities and decided on 5 charities to give the money to. How much did we donate to each charity? Go ahead, pause your video, and set up your equation. Okay, this is what I'm thinking you did. All right. I'm going to go through and give you the long division. Then I'm going to go through and give you the box method in case you did that way. So how many times can 5 go into 11 is my first question. And if you're remembering, if you're visualizing what I did with the place value blocks, I have already in my mind decided that 5 can't go into 1. And so I just moved right to the 5 go into 11. That I can tell pretty quickly because 5 times 2 is 10. So I'm going to go 5 times 2 is 10, and I'm going to subtract. I'm going to bring down my 2. 5 goes into 12 2 times. 5 times 2 is 10, and I have a remainder of 2. Or I could say 2 2/5, because this is what's left over, 2 out of the 5. Okay. Since we haven't really talked about that, I'm going to call it a remainder 2. So how many charities could we give it to? How much did we donate to each charity? We donated $22 with a remainder of $2. So now I'll show you the box method, where it's the same thing. It's just bringing numbers up instead of down. I'm going to go, how many times can 5 go into 1, 0 times. Oops, I always forget to draw these lines, which really, really help. Okay, subtract, bring up. How many times can 5 go into 11? 2 times 5 is 10. Subtract, bring up. How many times can 5 go into 12? 2 times 5 is 10. Subtract, and I've got a remainder of 2. So we donated $22 to 5 charities. 2 of the charities got $23. All right, so if I wanted to estimate to find out if this was a reasonable answer, I'm going to think, how many times can 5 go into 100? And 5 can go into 100. 2 times 5 is 10. 20 times. So if my estimate is 20 and my answer is 22 remainder 2, I would say that yes, my answer was reasonable. All right, you guys, good luck on your assignment. Can't wait to see your math.